Years ago, I read, what was it, the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership from John Maxwell. Wow, that was a long time ago now. That was a super flashback. One of the chapters, one of the laws in that book from John Maxwell was the law of the lid. The law of the lid. And in the law of the lid, you are, right, you have a lid on your potential and your leadership. And as a result, you have a lid on your organization. Or in the case of marketing, you have a lid on your results. Some of you are experiencing a lid on your results in marketing. And what I want to propose is that you are the common denominator. It's not the model. It's not your lack of effort. It's not your lack of patience. It is in fact that you have put a lid on your own self-expression. So let's unpack this further. Marketing, as I've said a million times, is you leading a conversation. Now, you can be the perfect student. If let's say you were in one of my programs and you implement my content model to the T, like you're the perfect student. You show up on time. You do the homework on time. You do everything you're asked to do, and you do it for a long time. You do it for 20 episodes, 40 episodes, 100 episodes, and you're still left with like, but Chris, nothing's happening. Okay, perfect. Exactly. So let's look at that. There are multiple variables that could be. One of which, and this is not the topic of this episode, but one of which is that's just not long enough. And most people underestimate how long it actually takes doing something consistently for results to show up. And so most people just abandon ship when 100 episodes into a show they didn't get anything. They're like, well, nothing's working, so they leave. They leave the effort, right? They don't make it through the dip. Actually, this is perfect because I was having an exchange with a graduate of one of my programs this morning. She is 43 episodes into her show, and she's like, hey, this isn't working right now, and I'm really frustrated, right? And up to this point, she's felt like the lesson she thinks she's been learning is about patience. Well, in my exchange with her today, I'm like, it became clear to me, like, this isn't about patience. You have been being patient. And for many of you watching this, you also have been being patient. And so it would be easy to miss the lesson and think that what you're supposed to do is just continue to be patient. But for many of you, that's actually not the issue. Although, like I said, patience is a thing, and you may have to go 100 episodes, 200 episodes, 500, I don't know, 5 years, 10 years. How long? How long are you willing to do the work until fruit shows up? It is interesting. It calls into question what your commitment is to. Is your commitment to a result, or is your commitment to the work and to the people? That's interesting, right? If it's to the work and to the people, and you can do this for the rest of your life for the people, then you'll keep doing it because it's what you're here to do. It doesn't matter if a result shows up in a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, because the work is to support the people. But let's come back now to this particular variable that I'm speaking of in this episode, which is it's not about patience. For many of you, it's about your self-expression. You are not being fully you. In your marketing, you're being very polite. You're being very kind. You're being very safe in your marketing. And if that's who you are in your private life, fine, that's great, because then you're being true to who you are. But if who you are in your private life is different than how you're showing up in your marketing, one, we might be able to smell that. We're like, I don't know, there's something disingenuous here. There's something that doesn't feel aligned. Even if I don't know you, I'm like, I don't know. Here's the other piece of it though. If you're showing up super safe and not finding deep in your soul the conviction to communicate through a camera, I just don't care. I just don't care. Now, I'm not saying you have to be angry or belligerent or jump up and down in your videos. That's not what this is about, right? What I'm saying to you is that in this day and age, people want to feel something. And rightly so, they want to feel something, of course. And in order for them to feel, what creates the feeling is authenticity. What creates the feeling is conviction. not scriptedness, not fake feeling, not fake. There's nothing you can do to try to force it.